Hello, guys. Welcome. It's 5 at 5, and Buryada is with us. And, Bharat sir is also with us. He's from Bengaluru and Buryada from Kolkata. There are multiple things to chat about. We'll give you an exclusive detail on Shubman Gill's fitness update. But apart from that, there were multiple things going on. At this point of time, Shamikda in the press conference, in the India press conference, there was some Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy performance, need to be discussed. As far as Hardik Pandya is concerned, what a return. As far as bowling is concerned, yes, Abhishek Sharma was towing everyone, but then he showed that, what exactly Hardik Pandya is all about with that, 70 odd and, winning the game. Apart from Hardik Pandya, there was Vaibhav Suryavanshi with his first 100 in Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. On the other hand, it was Sarfaraz Khan's 100 also. So there were multiple things going on at this point of time. If you talk about the smart games also, and knowing that, in a couple of weeks, less than a couple of weeks now, it's IPL auction time also. So it's all going to count as far as that smart performances are concerned. And we'll also talk about the pitch for this Raipur game. We'll also talk about, will there be any changes as far as the the playing 11 combination is concerned? Is there a chance that Rishabh Pant can come into the squad in place of Washington Sundar? What can we expect from the Raipur wicket? What can we expect from Dew? That we're gonna obviously discuss when Shamikda will be with us. But to start this live, let's talk about what's going on as far as Shubman Gill is concerned. As I told you in the last show, that it's about that Shubman Gill taking his flight from Chandigarh airport, and then from there it was all about his first day in the center of excellence. And from there onwards, the details what we are having at this point of time is that, as we also told you, that the recovery is taking the pace, and there's nothing to worry about as far as Shubman Gill is concerned. But now the major question is that, will he be available for the whole T20 series, or can he miss a few? That's the major discussion we're going to do. That's the major update we want to discuss about. Will he be available from the very first day? And there is a meeting for the T20 squad to be announced later, I think, tomorrow or day after. So will Shubman Gill be present from the very first game, or will he be available from second, third, fourth, or fifth? There are discussions going on. He is in center of excellence, the rehab. Obviously, everything is going on. There has to be a certified fitness report as far as Shubman Gill's fitness is concerned. Center of excellence, people in center of excellence has to send to selectors, and then selectors will then discuss about all of that. That's how the SOP, the systematic operating procedure, is all about. But Buryada, how do you see this? Do we again have to go back to that discussion again, that are we hurrying on Shubman Gill? Are we in a in जिसे कहते हैं ना हिंदी में, तेजी में है क्या हम, और उस वजह से हम कोई गलत कदम तो फिर से नहीं उठा लेंगे? What do you think? You've been in touch with different people as far as Shubman Gill's fitness is concerned. What's your sources are saying as far as Shubman Gill's exact fitness at this point of time is concerned?
सवाल जो आपने उठाया वो सही सवाल है. क्या हम तेजी से जा रहे हैं, क्या हम ठीक पेस से जा रहे हैं? मुझे तो नहीं लगता कि हम तेजी से जा रहे हैं. I have been on this story just like you have been on the story, and both of us are getting we had said this, that the injury is not as serious, that certain reportage was done in multiple places where it was said that he has a nerve injury, he has all of this. Because if he did have a nerve injury, there is no question of him going to the center of excellence. वो जाते ही नहीं. The rehab would not have started. At this point in time, he would have recuperated in either Chandigarh or Mumbai or somewhere else. The fact that he has gone and joined the BCCI Center for Excellence is clear evidence that Shubman Gill is on the way back. Now, here's what it is. I was very clearly told that the injection had been administered. उनको वो injection दिया गया था to hasten the pace of rehab. Clearly, it has worked. आज की डेट में at 3:30 PM I was told there is no pain. One, there is no discomfort. Two, the pace of rehab is going proper. Three, but it will now depend on how the rest of the rehab goes. So अगर आप मेरे से पूछ रहे हो, it will depend on the pace of rehab. There is no debate that there is no serious injury. क्या वो T20 सीरीज खेल पाएंगे? क्या वो पहला 2 मैच छोड़ के बाकी 3 मैच खेल पाएंगे? the entire decision will depend on the pace of the rehab. The BCCI will not rush it. They know he is not a major concern. They know that he is very much on the track to getting back. Having said that, they also want him back on the park, because from शुभमन स्टैंड देखिए ये जो हमारा व्हाइट बॉल रिचेस है ना, रेड बॉल में अगर आप देखो शुभमन गिल इज रॉयल्टी एट द मोमेंट, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट प्लेयर है, बैटर है, बेस्ट प्लेयर है, एक्सेट्रा. बट अगर आप व्हाइट बॉल देखें, there is a Yashasvi Jaiswal waiting in the wings. There is a Vaibhav Suryavanshi waiting in the wings. अगर इनको आपने opportunity दिया, Gill will also want to be there. Pressure उन पे भी बढ़ सकता है in the T20 format. So in every sense, there is an urgency. Having said that, recovery is well and truly on track. It will depend on the pace of rehab if he is playing this series or not. But there is no need of spreading any panic on Gill. He is very much back in the scheme of things and will also be out there in the park in the near future.
Just to add a few more points into it, because now the most important thing is, I was talking to some of the sources and they said me, that Indian team for the T20 setup will regather around 6, means to be very precise, on 6, 7, 8 they have a match day -1, -2, and then they'll be playing their first game on 9th. So 6th is the date, when you can possibly expect this T20 bunch to be get along, and then after that, on the very next day, there will be a practice session. But yes, what I've been also told, that it's as Buryada rightly said, it depends now completely on what how the people in COE, the medical people or the fitness people or the people who are related to get that certificate done, what their assumption, what their understanding as far as Shubman Gill's this neck problem is concerned. And there have been reports, there have been medical reports, I'm saying there have been medical reports sent all the way to Center of Excellence. What everything whatever is been done is completed now as far as the Mumbai thing is concerned, and then after that in Chandigarh, and now all eyes are on Center of Excellence. But we are at this point of time not saying that he will be 100% as far as that first T20 is concerned. It all depends on what happened in Center of Excellence. And with that, I know that Bharat sir was there yesterday, if I'm not wrong. I saw the video. He did a video from, I think, outside from the Center of Excellence, and he from the very start, he started from that Kolkata test, and then everything was there. Bharat sir, what's your understanding as far as Center of Excellence is concerned? And the same question I asked to Buryada, that are we hurrying on Shubman Gill? Is there anything we are lacking at this point of time, so that we have to get back Shubman Gill in any cost? He missed the ODI series, he missed the test match, but if there is still a 1% or 2% or 5% or 10%, because we know that one series after that, and then there will be a T20 World Cup. What's your study about it?
See, first of all, India have such depth in white ball cricket. They don't really need to rush Shubman Gill because the kind of white ball depth they have. Even if they bring in Vaibhav Suryavanshi, I know he won't play at present, but even if they bring Vaibhav Suryavanshi into the equation and make him open, I will definitely bet on him scoring some runs in one of the matches. So that tells you the kind of white ball depth that India have. So
Yes.
they don't need to rush. Actually, if anything, the pressure is a little more on Shubman Gill, I would say, because recently in T20 cricket at least, he hasn't done well. So if someone like Yashasvi Jaiswal comes in and scores a lot of runs, then it might put a little more pressure on Shubman Gill. Yes, yesterday I went to Center of Excellence. It's a long way away from Bengaluru. I think they've deliberately kept it there from the center of city, maybe 90 minutes. It doesn't feel like a Bangalore actually. And what I gathered, obviously, when I went, even before that, I asked a couple of them, and even after going there, asked a few, and I gathered that at that particular time, at 2 p.m., 2:30 p.m., he had not yet arrived. Most likely, he arrived somewhere late in the evening,
Later in
or
the evening, yes.
late in the evening or in the night. At that time, I gathered that he had not yet arrived, and whatever little I gathered in terms of sources, even before that his recovery is very much on process. See, it's not, if it's not a nerve problem on those lines, then you expect the batter or expect that cricketer, sports person to recover quite quickly. So, and as sir said, even an injection was administered, so to hasten the process of his recovery. So that's what I gathered. So I think it would be touch and go as far as him playing the first or second T20I. But having said that, somewhere in the series they might play him. But the Indian think tank didn't do that because, as I noted, they have enough white ball riches. Even if Ayush Mathur or someone like that comes in, even I will go down the pecking order. Even someone like Chandran Smaran from Karnataka goes and plays for India in white ball cricket. I have a feeling he will get 40 or 50 or 30 balls. So they don't need to. But yes, Shubman Gill himself would be keen as a sports person to play a partake in the T20 series. So maybe in the last couple of matches or something on those lines, he might come into the equation.
Brother, I know that there are still doubts on this meeting thing which is going on from last 24 to 48 hours. But I'm not going into the meeting thing. But do you think that there is we can totally expect at this point of time that yes, we are losing on test matches in home, outside the country also? We remember in Border Gavaskar Trophy there were multiple things, there were multiple theories that why this team is not doing well. But are you little surprised that in ODI, where we are doing well, obviously we lost the series in ODI, but before that a Champions Trophy win, everything not that bad when you compare it to a test cricket performance. Are you a little surprised that the controversies are still not stopping? You talk about Indian cricket in red ball, you talk about Indian cricket in white ball. There are multiple theories around Gautam Gambhir, Ajit Agarkar, Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli, the dressing room. Each and everything has their own story of this dressing room, this particular duo, or these four in versus mode.
Fair question. I actually did a column just now for tomorrow morning touching along these questions that you can still see Gautam Gambhir not talking to Ajit Agarkar make a headline. Not sorry, talking to Virat Kohli make a headline. Frankly, and my piece is actually titled "Meeting or No Meeting. How does it even matter?" Take it from a rational point of view. Suppose there is a meeting. What will the meeting decide? What is the agenda? What can be the agenda? One guy has scored 200 runs in Australia. The other guy has scored 135 in the first match and has won you the game. What is the agenda? The only agenda that there can be is, can we please talk to them about domestic cricket? That's all. Are you going to question their place in the side? Only if you are foolish.
No.
They are still the two best batters. They have demonstrated that. One and I will give you two instances. There was one instance where Virat was having the massage done for the cramps. The moment the physio left his back, this guy jumps up like this and runs towards the crease. And you can sense that, that he's not normal. That is the whole Virat Kohli aura. There was a second instance. The batter flicked it towards mid-wicket. He was fielding at short mid. He runs, dives, didn't get the ball. The ball had eluded him. It went for a single. Before the ball went to the deep, he was up, jumping in a nanosecond back in his position. Now, if someone is that fit and is scoring like the way he is, batting like the way he is, are you going to discuss his spot in the side? Only if you are foolish. Simple. No. So what will you discuss? You will discuss that we have a protocol. The protocol is for these guys to play domestic cricket or have some game time. Now, if I was BCCI, I was part of the selection committee, coach, I would have done a simple thing. I would have taken these two chaps into confidence. I would have said, listen, you guys have both been former captains, two best players of the last decade and a half. Your contribution to Indian cricket is unparalleled. You still have game time left. We have instituted this protocol. We want players to take domestic cricket seriously. We want you guys to lead this. Can you please help us find the solution? Get them into confidence. There is no need to leave them out. Get them into confidence. Put it on Rohit's door and Virat's door, saying, listen, we want players to follow and come and play domestic cricket. If you guys don't set the example, who will? See now what they say. 100% they will buy into the idea. My point is, ये जो आपने अभी कहा ना कि difference of opinion हो रहा है, बात नहीं कर रहा है, ये नहीं हो रहा है, वो नहीं हो रहा है, बात कर लो. देवजीत साइकिया वहां पे हैं. मैं इतना जानता हूं about देवजीत, एडवोकेट जनरल है, लॉयर है, बहुत प्रूडेंट आदमी है. बैठाओ सबको, गौतम को, अजीत को, ये दोनों को, और बोलो भाई, for the sake of Indian cricket, red ball has not gone well, white ball is going well, very well. We do not want any controversy. Please sit down as the top 5 people in the Indian think tank, along with Gill and Yadav, and figure out
Yeah.
a way forward. Simple as that. Figure out
Okay.
a way forward and tell us and solve kar lo. Agar kuch bhi hai, no, I don't want to play domestic cricket. If you don't
Sure.
want to play, you tell us how will you manage your game time. This is what we
Okay.
want for you. Because
ठीक है.
I'm clear on this, Rohit, that I don't see this as a controversy, meeting or no meeting. But your man on ground has
Sure.
come. He can give you more on
Exactly.
meeting or no meeting.
Exactly. Shamikda, first of all, it's about the press conference thing. Who was there? What were what are the highlights as far as press conference is concerned? Take it. I think there is some network error from Shamikda's side, if I'm not wrong. There might be something as far
Rohit,
as
can you hear us?
I think there is some network problem, I think. But moving forward, Bharat sir, the second part of that question, what Buryada just answered, was all about that. What Virat said in that presentation ceremony, that made a lot of news. That made a lot of breaking news. That when he said that, for me, it's always the preparation in mind. I was always someone who needed, here it was all about the mentality of Virat Kohli rather the physical aspect of it. I can see Shamikda moving around, but Shamikda, can you hear me? I think the internet. Can someone please from the back end tell him that the network is not really good at this point of time and he can reconnect? Thank you. So, Bharat says that the question is simple. But is it all about Virat Kohli giving a message back that I want to do it mentally, not physically. So for me, if I'm scoring runs, and as Buryada said that it was all there. The vintage Virat Kohli was there. The bottom hand was there. Him running down down the ground, taking those singles, doubles, fielding, everything was there. So is he trying to contradict that? That I am mentally I want my preparation from mentally I want to be strong. Let's not discuss about the physical aspect of it. It doesn't matter to him that do he really want to go to play Vijay Hazare Trophy matches or not, because it's all about mentality for Virat Kohli. So is there a contradiction? What do you think?
Contradiction in the sense, okay, anyway, see, Virat Kohli, Sabad, I think in ODI cricket, he was never really out of form. That is something
Mhm.
that I would always say. Yes, Test
Yeah.
cricket, his form went on, he nosedived over a period of 4 or 5 years, but in ODI cricket, he was never really out of form. So even if he misses for maybe 5, 6 months of competitive cricket, even if I pretty much back Virat Kohli to come back to ODI cricket and score 80 or 80, 100 runs. And as you noted, it was a quintessential Virat Kohli innings in the sense that he was playing a lot of whips. And when Andrew Parker bowled some 145 kilometers per hour delivery, went across to the stump and smashed that length delivery down the ground for a six. And he did that to Bartman as well. He just charged down the track and
Yes.
helped it over the long off region, and it made it seem as if it was just a medium pacer bowling at some 100 kilometers per hour. That's how it felt like. It was not 135 kilometers per hour ball. So he was never really out of form in ODI cricket. That's what I would say. And as far as his fitness is concerned, it's always there. Even when he was failing in Test cricket in Australia, you could see that in terms of his fitness, Virat Kohli was still at his peak. So yes,
Sure.
it's all comes down to his mentality, the mental side of things. For example, some players at this point of time, maybe at the age of 37, 38, would have some doubts over their skills. They might think that whether my body is slowing down a little bit, are my reflexes slowing down a bit? But I don't think Virat Kohli has any such doubts in his mind, especially when it comes to ODI
Okay.
cricket. And I think he
Okay.
took the right decision of just concentrating mainly on ODI cricket, because this is a format where I don't think he's ever lost form.
Sure. Sure. Shamikda, what are the highlights from the press conference? Is there, tell us all about it.
Yeah, Rohit, Harshit Rana came for the press conference, and what he said, I asked him about Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma's influence in this dressing room,
Yeah.
because
Yes.
now these two players play only one format, and
Mm.
it's a big opportunity for the youngsters like Harshit Rana
Yeah.
to pick their brains. And Harshit
Mm.
Rana said the dressing room atmosphere is wonderful. Uh,
Mm.
the presence of Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli in that dressing room makes
Mm.
the entire atmosphere special. I mean, whenever I am conceding a boundary or any other bowler or any youngster, I they are totally involved. They are completely involved with the team, and they are always backing the youngsters. They are always coming to us with their suggestions that we should do this that way or we should do this way. So something like that. It's a very positive atmosphere. That's what he said. That is according to Harshit Rana. So he said it's a big boost to have these two giants, have these two titans in the dressing room, and it's a privilege sort of to have the opportunity to share the dressing room with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli. This is one thing he said. Another thing about this, about tomorrow's game, he said, see, this it's a big ground. Side boundaries is 75 yards. So more than the boundaries and over boundaries, there would be plenty of twos and threes available. So
Sure.
that is a challenge, and batsmen would look to capitalize on that. And it's a challenge for the bowlers also to cut down those runs, to cut down those angles in terms of field setting. He spoke about that. Um, uh, these are the two main highlights, and also the way he is trying to bring on more variations to his bowling, because he said in India, if you want to succeed as a fast bowler in Indian conditions, then you have to bring on more variations. These are
Yes.
the these are the three highlights from Harshit Rana's press conference, Rohit. But before that, there are two things. One is Temba Babuma's press conference, and which was
Yeah.
interesting. And
Yes.
Temba Babuma clearly said that we prepare differently when the Indian team have Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma. In terms of mindset, nothing changes because we play every game to win. But in terms of preparations, in the Test series, they were not there, and they were not part of our match analysis in terms
Yes.
of preparation. But now they
Yes.
are there, and he sort of tongue in cheek said when Rohit Sharma won the 2007 World Cup, T20 World Cup in South Africa,
I
I
was
was
in
in
school.
school.
Yeah.
I was in school. That is one thing. And another, digressing a bit from the ODIs, he presented a bigger picture. He said, look, we want to play more longer test series against India and other top nations. And that was the
Sure.
real highlight of the press conference, that they
Yes.
have been doing so well. We want to play longer series, but it is up to the men in suits to decide. Our job is to go there and perform. We don't take policy decisions.
Sure. Bodhida, in this only press conference, the Harshit Rana press conference I'm talking about, he finally said this about, if I focus on the social media discourse, I won't be able to play my
Exactly.
cricket. Ignore them. I think that was one,
Yeah.
again, very important point, because the same people who are abusing him in social media, there were multiple things written about him, even the ex-cricketers. I don't want to name any, but in Delhi, the Gautam Gambhir, he's directly said, that nowadays the way people are targeting cricketers in for just views and subscribers, it was all out there. So Gautam Gambhir in that very press conference said the similar thing, and now Harshit Rana, the similar people who are abusing him, now praising him from that last performance, when he picked up two important wickets at the very early stage of the innings. So I think that's really sums up what at this point of time Indian cricket and the social media hate is all about. It's just one performance away.
I've said this 1 million times, and I will say it one more time. I mean, I've said to you, I've said to Shomik, I've said to Bharat in individual conversations also, that
Mhm.
do your work, stay true to your job. That's where it ends. I mean, today a troll will not come and tell Rohit Juglan to do his journalism, Bharat Ramraj to do his writing, Shomit Chakraborty to do his breaking news. The troll is not even is relevant. The troll is doing what he is doing because he or she has no job. he or she is sitting down at home frustrated with 140 characters in front of his mobile phone, and he's abusing. That's his job. Harshit Rana has a job to do. Bowl a ball like that to Ryan Rickelton. Bowl a ball like that to Quinton de Kock. Today, Harshit Rana is out there doing something for his national team. 0.01% are able to do that. Yes, you can have an opinion saying this guy is getting extra chances. Fine, say that. You have every reason to give your opinion. But who the hell are you to abuse? Who has given you the right to abuse someone? Is Harshit Rana picking himself? No. Are you abusing Gautam? Are you abusing Ajit? Are you abusing the BCCI? Who are you abusing? And if you are, what is the reason for you to abuse? He is being picked, good or bad. Chalo, bad. Let's take that the decision is bad. Say that picking Harshit Rana, in my opinion, is a wrong call. That is a way to say it. It's a civil disagreement. Today, Rohit Juglan is PR. Arey bhai, chalo, why don't you come and say, Rohit Juglan, you are giving me Shubman Gill's news, give me Shomit Chakraborty's news also. Fine, that's an opinion. Why are you saying PR? Why is it that the whole discourse is negative? It is criticism below the belt. It is abuse. It is, and that's social media. Shomik wrote a beautiful line yesterday. I don't know how many of you read Shomik's copy on that meltdown, the Sarvanash meltdown. He wrote a piece yesterday. One line in the piece said, social media breeds poison, or something like that. Exact line. I read that piece twice. That's what it is. Shomik had a meltdown. I got abused for 7 days. Today, Shomik and I are the best ever. We will always be the best ever. That day also we were the best ever. Because Shomik knows what I stand for. I know what Shomik stands for. Simple. Rohit Juglan and I have had 1 million disagreements. But ultimately, Rohit knows what I stand for. I know what he stands for. He will pick up the call and say, Boria, the under 19 jana. I will also pick up the call and say, Jao. Today also, Bharat and I discussed. Ask him how many messages he sent. I want to do video stories. Do. So eventually, each one of us here, we know. So if Bharat has a meltdown, or if Rohit has a meltdown, I have a meltdown, each one of us will have space. Social media will come and abuse each one of us for 7 days. That's it. End of story. Today we are completing 4 years. Some fool is coming and saying the company runs on black money. Good, no. At least we have the black money. Tum karo. Kisne mana kiya? So I to laugh at social media. You must understand this. The Women's World Cup final day. You and by the way, by now you guys know, right? Me and social media are like chalk and cheese. So I have zero idea how there was one switch pressed. Bharat Ramraj is the culprit, by the way. 7 a.m. in the morning, he messages me saying some lock symbol has come in your Twitter. I had no idea. I worked till 2:35, went to bed. I see Bharat's message and I'm seeing Twitter. I see the damn thing working. I said, kya bol rahi hai? So I called Bharat. I said, Bharat, what are you saying? And he's telling me, no, sir, don't switch it off. Don't do that. I'm understanding nothing. Then Shubhan calls me. I told him, Arey, yaar, ye Bharat bol raha hai, sab lock. Where is this lock? So he says, you go to your settings. Something has happened. Your notification has stopped or something has happened. So I said, how the hell am I supposed to change it? Ye batao. So he said, isko press kar do, change ho jayega. Maine ye kiya. To mere taraf se to khatam ho gaya मामला. Then I know Bharat is being polite. Here's the story. Someone had put it on Twitter with a screenshot, which by the way, Gargi sends me later, which says that India won the World Cup. Boria shuts whatever from Twitter. These are the two greatest things to happen. I was like, wow. If India's win is being equated with me getting locked out or some idiocy on Twitter, then imagine how stupid that person is. That this level of idiocy, stupidity, banality, whatever you want to call it. And I laughed. I opened my account and I started again. End of story. What is that person to me? Tell me. Anything more than toilet paper? Will that person come and pay the Rev Sports journalists? Is he a brand that I have to take him seriously? Is he a sponsor who is relevant to me? Is he one of my viewers who I give value to and who asks a simple question or an important question? No. He is a social media junkie who has 140 characters in front of him. Moment he sees me in front, he will ask for an autograph or a job or a selfie. I know that. और will tell
और a
me
ticket.
मुझे एक टिकट
और
दे
a
दीजिए
ticket.
फॉर आईपीएल, यही होने वाला
Ticket.
ना, तो फिर खत्म बात. तो फिर तुमको why do I take you seriously भाई? Harshit Rana should smirk, laugh, go and take 3-4 more wickets, and he will see that the same guys who abused him will turn 360 degrees and come and say the next day, Harshit Rana is the greatest thing to have happened to Indian cricket. That's
Sure.
fandom for you, and that's social media. Bloody.
Sure. Before I go to Bharat sir, Shamikda, one thing which I really want to ask you is, you I think sent a picture of the wicket also, the pitch also. There's lots of questions around the wicket also. There's a lot of claims around that it will again be a red soil wicket. There's been soil being transported from one place to another, and then there are not many international matches. If you see, I think there are only two international matches if you talk about this Raipur wicket, and it's not very regular kind of international cricket ground for Indian cricket system. So tell us a bit about it. What are the chances for the dew also, the wicket, the soil? What can we expect? And do you also think that there will be a change in playing 11 also? There are a lot of questions around Ruturaj Gaikwad also. Just want to know your point of view.
First of all, Rohit, as far as the pitch is concerned, the first ODI that this venue hosted, December 2023, India versus New Zealand, it was a low scoring affair given that New Zealand were bowled out for 108 and India chased down the target inside 20 overs. So,
Okay.
but from a distance, from the press box, because we are not allowed to enter the ground, but from the press box, the way the pitch looks like, it looks like a belter.
Hmm.
I mean, you until the first ball is bowled, you don't know how a cricket pitch will behave. But
Sure.
by the look of it, it looks like a belter. Once again,
Hmm.
once again, dew factor will come into play, given that it is not cold here. I expected a bit of cold, and I carried a couple of pullovers. But I'm just roaming in a Hawaiian shirt. That's it. So the fact of the matter is that. But towards the evening, around 8:30, there is a bit of nip in the air, and there would be the dew factor. There would be the dew factor. But unlike Ranchi or unlike other places in Guwahati, there is a bit of smog also. So once there is smog, that can sort of cancel out the dew thing. So, but whoever wins the toss, and Harshit Rana was asked this question, and he laughed. He said, "ये तो किस्मत का बात है. हम क्या बोले टॉस में हम क्यों नहीं जीत रहे? ये तो किस्मत का बात है." But the fact, whoever wins the toss, they would like to chase. They would like to chase. Boundaries will not be. I mean, as because given the dimension of the ground, you would say lesser number of sixes, especially lesser number of sixes. But still, 300 is going to be 300, 310 should be the pass score. By the look of it, I don't know how the pitch would play after the first ball is bowled. That's it. Regarding the team, there is a school of thought that you should play Rishabh Pant at number 5 in place of Washington Sundar. Washington Sundar, once again, you are pushing or you are backing an all-rounder at the expense of a special, especially when you don't have um, Shubman Gill and Shreya Shayer, and Rituraj Gaikwad is coming back to the fold after a long time. After a long time, he's coming back to international cricket. So from that point of view, Rishabh Pant carrying an X factor, Rishabh Pant's quality should augur better in terms of in the last match. Uh, Washington Sundar got out for a low score, and he bowled only 3 overs because of the dew factor. Maybe he couldn't. The KL Rahul didn't give him a longer spell. So all taken into account, there is a school of thought. But all said and done, I don't see India making any changes for the second ODI also.
Okay, Bharat sir, your point of view as far as this playing 11 combination is concerned, because there are a lot of lot of thoughts in. I'm reading the comments also, and they are also saying that will there be a change as far as Ruturaj Gaikwad is concerned? The dew factor will be there. So can we, and about the red soil part also, what's your point of view as far as playing 11 is concerned?
See, Ruturaj Gaikwad has been given one chance, so I'm not sure why they should remove him on the basis of one match. I think it is unfair on that player. And as I noted, I think Gaikwad is someone who looks like his best format would be ODI cricket, where he can pace his innings a little bit. Yes, I know he's coming down the order here, but he can pace his innings, play reasonably well. So I would continue with Gaikwad. If I'm looking at a player where I'm not very sure in ODI cricket, then I think it is Washington Sundar. I'm not very sure about him in limited overs cricket because I feel that he doesn't have that kind of power to come down the order at 5, 6, 7, 8, and then to just play shots. Yes, he scored runs against Sean Abbott, but Sean Abbott is someone who gets smashed all the time. So I don't really look at it as a sign of Washington Sundar having improved his power hitting or having improved his batting lower down the order. So if I'm looking at one player, then I think it is Washington Sundar. Ideally, India should have had Akshar Patel in the squad. I'm not very sure what exactly did he do wrong for him to be left out, because he's someone, I think he's one of the better players of spin in the Indian squad at present, or in the Indian setup. And someone, I think he bowls very accurate left arm spin. If anything, Akshar Patel is now the better version, slightly better version of Ravindra Jadeja in whatever he does. So if Akshar Patel was there, I would have played him in top 6, but he isn't there. So the only player I'm looking at who perhaps shouldn't be in that playing 11, I think it is Washington Sundar.
Okay. Last, some questions at the very last. A lot of people are saying that the chance of Rishabh Pant. Burida, what do you think? Your point of view as far as the playing 11 is concerned? Do you think any changes,
No
or
change.
will you
No
back the
change.
same
How
team?
can you no change? How can you give Ruturaj Gaikwad one chance and change? It will be very, very bad. No change. Absolutely no change. I mean, it will be unless somebody has an injury or somebody has a niggle.
Or
That's
any
a different
niggle.
matter. Otherwise, no change. Absolutely.
Okay, Shamikta, one last thing. Is there a team selection tomorrow? Is there anything as far as that meeting is concerned? There were a lot of questions around it also. Is there anything around that T20 selection meeting? Are they waiting for Shubman Gill's a clarity on Shubman Gill? What's it all about, the meeting thing, or the T20 selection is concerned?
See, as far as Rohit, can you please come again? Your first question was about the team selection meeting, right? What I heard, that team selection meeting, T20 team selection meeting was supposed to happen yesterday. It didn't happen. So very likely, because now Hardik Pandya is fit, he is back. So Hardik Pandya would be there. Very likely they are, because tomorrow or day after there could be a fitness test, Shubman Gill's fitness test at COE. So maybe they are waiting for that, because the reports we are getting, we are pretty optimistic that maybe, just maybe, we are not confirming, but maybe Shubman Gill uh, has a role to play towards at least to the last 3 ODIs, or to the last 3 T20Is or 2 T20Is. Maybe he could be back for those. There is a chance, but we cannot confirm. But what we have been hearing, that there is a real positive development. He is completely pain free now. And he probably today or tomorrow he will undergo a fitness test at COE. Very likely the selection committee is waiting for that. As regards the BCCI meeting, see, there was no official meeting involved. Scheduled. No official meeting. Official meeting means you issues notification, and there is something. Whatever happens, you record the minutes. You record the minutes of the meeting. It is not like that. Tomorrow during the innings break, T20 World Cup jersey launch is there. India's T20 World Cup jersey launch is there, and BCCI Secretary Mr. Devajit Saikia and Joint Secretary Mr. Pravtej Singh, they would be there. And informally, what I am still hearing, informally, there would be a conversation with Gautam Gambhir. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli will not be part of that conversation. Will not be part of that informal thing because it's a match day and they will be out there. Whether Ajit Agarkar joins over because he is in Ahmedabad. So whether Ajit Agarkar, there is a chance that I mean, in this day of in this day and age of technology, it's not if Ajit Agarkar is Ahmedabad, that is not an impediment. He might be joined via Zoom or whatever,
Online.
whatever,
Yeah, online.
whatever
Virtually.
over phone or a conference call. It could be a conference call also. It could be a
Sure, sure.
conference call with Ajit Agarkar also. Earlier,
Sure.
during our time, I mean, during our time means when we are starting, there used to be conference calls.
Sure.
Uh, so that is an option also. Informally, they will discuss because two things. One is that there is this communication gap between the selection committee. Rohit is about Rohit is sort of okay about playing domestic cricket. It's
Yeah.
the bone of contention is domestic cricket only. It's not about Rohit's performance or Virat's performance. They are performing. They are performing, but the bone of contention is about playing domestic cricket, and Rohit sort of has agreed to playing domestic cricket, although he hasn't officially informed anything to Mumbai Cricket Association. 2 days back,
Right.
I spoke to one of the Mumbai Cricket Association officials, but there was no official communication. There could be something back channel. So Rohit, as things stand, he is sort of okay with playing domestic cricket. But Virat Kohli, even the way he spoke at the post-match presentation after the Ranchi game, and spoke
Yes.
about that his cricket is 100% mental and his preparation, he knows how to prepare, and he does
Sure.
that every day, irrespective of he's playing a match or not. You can read between the lines. He is not willing. He is not
Exactly.
willing now. There is a communication gap. I will not use the word miscommunication. That communication gap could snowball into something big, which might affect the team. So this is the time we have seen that in the past.
Okay.
2007 World Cup, Rohit, we have seen firsthand how
Yeah.
the whole miscommunication thing. Greg Chappell pushed Sachin Tendulkar down the order at number 4. The entire team atmosphere. I mean, went to the dogs. So and India crashed out at the group stage of the World Cup. So this is the time for the BCCI to intervene. I'm
Okay.
not.
There's a
It is not.
yeah.
It is not about schooling anybody. It is about just to ensure that there is proper communication about the roadmap ahead for both Virat and Rohit, and there is no misunderstanding.
Sure. There's a super chat also. Close source, Virat angry on GG bossy nature. He can play Vijay Hazare Trophy. In fact, Rajiv Jarno, close to VK coach. I think he's talking about Rajiv Mishra, sir. Confirmed he had play VHT, but VK don't want to be ordered. Okay, so I'm not saying that I don't trust Rajiv Mishra, sir, but I'm here. What I'm saying at this point of time is that there is no clarification as far as the DDCA is concerned that will Virat play the Vijay Hazare Trophy. At Shamikda said, I also cross-checked with my sources, and Rohit is very much on as far as the Vijay Hazare Trophy is concerned. But if anybody is saying anything at this point of time, there is no official communication as far as Virat Kohli playing a Vijay Hazare Trophy game is concerned. If there will be any, we will definitely break it down. If there will be any, we will the first one to communicate with you guys that yes, Virat is playing a Vijay Hazare Trophy. What better than this? That Virat Kohli, two of the greatest stalwarts as far as the ODI cricket is concerned, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are playing domestic cricket. Nothing better than this. So I think that's all about it. And I don't know.
रोहित आज लाइटर नोट में खत्म करते हैं.
Sure.
शोमिक को पूछो कितने बजे प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस था. शोमिक टेम्बा बाबू
नहीं.
प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस at what time?
1 o'clock. 1 baje.
Yeah, see now you know, Rohit, the answer. Everybody was there at the team offside today, digitally or physically. One person
Sure.
was missing. Shomik Chakraborty. He was very
Otherwise-
much speak to speak. Whole team said, यार इसको प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस से आप बाहर निकालोगे तो दोबारा सर्वनाश हो जाएगा. इसको बाहर रखो. Let him cover the press conference. There was a proper meeting done. And everybody said, you cannot let Shomik Chakraborty miss a press conference. दोबारा सर्वनाश हो जाएगा.
Even a
इसको
Temba
रायपुर
Bauma
में.
press conference. Even a Temba Bauma press
press
conference.
conference. He has to go. So
Yes,
Shomik
yes.
was the only one. who did not speak or was part of the offside because Sarvanash ho jata. That's Rev
And
Sports.
one
Oh
last thing,
yes.
one last thing. I really don't know that how many times Shomikda been to Raipur, but there is a place Shomikda CG04. It's a brilliant restaurant.
First
I
time.
know that you will love the
No,
location.
no. This is my.
First time.
Don't talk about restaurant. Don't talk about restaurant, Rohit. The thing is that, I mean, this is my first time in Raipur because Raipur
Yeah,
has been hosting it second or third ODIs. I mean, international game, right? This is
yeah.
my first time in Raipur, and
Okay.
since I
Yeah,
have been here at 11 a.m. and since
yeah.
then I've been surviving on. I have been surviving on bottles of mineral waters, not even a cup of tea. So at this
That's
moment
why
in
I'm saying.
time, at
That's
this
why I'm
moment in
saying.
time, if you
So
talk
Aro,
about
more
restaurant,
reason. Arey, listen, hello. That is why you should take the reference of the restaurant and go and have dinner there.
Yeah,
Rohit, naam
yeah.
bata do.
And it's
no,
very
that
near to the
no, no,
stadium.
no,
It's not
no,
far away from the stadium.
no, Rohit, that would be bad because that would upset my focus. I have copies to file, and if you tell me about the restaurants, if you tell me about the delicacies, the mind would be there. The mind would
No,
be
no, no.
there. I cannot write show.
No, no, no. I'm telling you that's the best place because I know that Raipur is not the place where it's not a city overpopulated. It's a very shant kind of share hai.
Ha ha
And the
ha
place
ha.
that I'm talking you about is a very nice place to sit. It has a lake nearby it, just attached to
Acha.
it, and you can really write some great copies there. That I can assure. Lovely food. It's CG04 Atal Nagar hai, Nawa Raipur mein.
But
And it's very near
बट
to the
रोहित
stadium.
आपका लवली फूड और मेरा लवली फूड में बहुत डिफरेंस है. आपका लवली फूड और
नहीं,
मेरा लवली फूड में
आपका वाला भी मिलेगा वहां पे, आपका वाला भी
मेरा
मिलेगा,
वाला भी मिलेगा तो.
आपका वाला भी मिलेगा.
हाँ,
So,
एक वेजिटेरियन है, एक नॉन वेज है. Correct.
so if there is anyone who's watching from Raipur, do let us do Shamikda know that what's the best place as far as the food joints there in Raipur. But it's a lovely city. It's a beautiful city. वहां पे जाके आपको थोड़ा सा जिंदगी में ठहराव देखने को मिलता है. That I can vouch for.
लास्ट नाइट
But
एट
thank you so much.
लास्ट नाइट
Yes.
लास्ट नाइट एट माय होटल आई हैड मशरूम मसाला. दैट वाज एक्सेलेंट.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. We'll join again with anything as far as the updates are concerned and breaking news is concerned. We are having our eyes as we told you earlier. The Shubman Gill news, the announcement news of the T20 squad, the Vijay Hazare Trophy, each and everything. We are watching everything. The IPL list of players. There are more than 1,300 players. So we'll give you all the details as far as these news are concerned. But thank you so much for now and take care.